We are a few ticks away from 9 o'clock, and so we're going to go ahead and get started. Today is the 21st of June. We are having a little early meeting, earlier than regular, since the Commissioners and Judges Conference is next week. So it is 9 o'clock, and it is our scheduled Commissioners Court meeting. We do have a quorum present. Commissioner Dupnick is out, and keep him in your prayers. He's battling a little issue with his leg from a fall, so we'll keep him in our prayers. So let's stand for our prayer and pledge, and we'll get started. Dear Lord, we come before you now, and we thank you so much for this day. We thank you for the rain that you have blessed our county with. That was much, much needed, Lord. We thank you for the blessings that you give us every day. So many blessings that we don't even think about on a daily basis. The ability to walk, the ability to talk, and see, to hear your beauty, feel your presence, Lord. We ask that you will bless us and bless the decisions that we make today and going forward. Take care of your county and your folks, Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag and to the republic which stands one nation under indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, item number 5, citizens to be heard. Ms. Leal, do we have any citizens signed up to speak this morning? We do not. Since there are none, we'll move to item number 6, and that is to an acknowledgement of the retirement of our Karnes County Sheriff's Office K-9. The dog has reached retirement age of 9 years old and will be placed out of service. The dog was purchased with discretionary donation funds, and the dog will be donated to the former handler, Jonathan Kurtz. Chair.
Good morning, Commissioners Court. I'm here today, and we forgot to put the dog's name on there, but it's Arkle. Arkle. So, yes, the reason I'm here this morning is for the retirement of our K-9 to the Sheriff's Office, and I'm putting it on the Commissioners Court. And he will, I have met with Deputy Kurtz, and he did agree to continue taking care of the dog at his residence.
You didn't want to take him home?
No. He'd probably tear up my leg.
For sure. Tear up a lot of things. Yeah, good dog, good pup.
He's been with Kurtz.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
day one. Yes, yes.
So that's the perfect place for him.
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
And are they gonna replace him? Are y'all gonna, are they gonna?
Not at this time.
Okay.
Very good. Any other comments for? Sure.
Okay.
No,
All
sir.
right.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Item number 7, discuss, approve, disapprove the appointment of Judge Stella Saxon to the AAAPDO board. She will be replacing Judge Donna Reyes. Judge Reyes is ready to take full retirement, and Judge Saxon graciously accepted the position to serve as an at-large member of the AAAPDO.
Make the motion to approve item number 7 as presented.
I'll second it.
Okay, I've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8, discuss, approve, disapprove the recommendation by KCRB Engineer to award a contract to Antex Integrated LLC for the application of herbicide to the county roadways and various county facilities. Wayne, I believe that he's been doing this for the last 2 or 3 years.
Judge, we started in, I believe it was 2020.
Yeah.
And we have been doing that. It's been a successful program. We don't just spray our regular Roundup. It's a special concoction that we work with people to develop, and, well, I don't know about develop, but to utilize. And we end up spraying the culverts, all the crossing culverts. And then we end up spraying about a foot outside of the right-of-way, foot to 2 foot outside of the right-of-way. This year, we had one bidder only. Last time we bid it was in 2021. We had 4. Because it was one bidder, I did a pretty extensive evaluation of the bids. Because, and they did go up. They went up significantly by about 35%.
Wow.
That said, the vendor that we're going, the bid, was the same bidder we've been using. He's held his price for the last 3 years, done an excellent job for us. And I went ahead and compared this year's prices to the prices that were bid at the last time, and he's still underneath all of those by a significant margin. So we're getting a good deal. And we do need to, especially with this rain, thank God, we do need to get this work going. And so I do propose we go ahead and award the contract at the prices specified.
Local company too, so.
Yes, sir.
Discussion from the court.
I make the motion to approve item number 8 as presented.
Second that.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed?
Thank you, Court.
Motion carried. Item number 9, discuss, approve, disapprove, appointing Tammy Broadway, Karnes County Tax Assessor Collector to calculate the no new revenue tax rate and the voter approval tax rate for the 2024 year. Tammy?
Okay, this is just a formality that well, let me stop a second. May I say something that's kind of off topic? I would like to thank the court, Benny and Renee, for we finally have our door at our building. It's great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I know that all the staff appreciates it. I'm glad that we got it. Back to the item that's on item number 9. Every year, this is just a formality to calculate the no new revenue and the VAR, the voter approval rate. Like I said, it's just a formality. We have to have it just approved so that I can go ahead and calculate them for you.
Right.
And the values will be certified on July the 25th.
Court have questions or discussion for Tammy?
I'll make the motion to approve item number 9 as presented.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Tammy, thank you. Item number 10, discuss, approve, disapprove, reinstating the burn ban based on the imminent threat of disaster from wildfire. I don't think that we need to put the burn ban back in place after the Lord's blessed us with the wonderful rain. It was wonderful. Unless the court thinks otherwise, I don't think that we need to do that.
I agree.
I think we're fine now.
Need a motion to disapprove.
Second.
You want to you want to disapprove based on the rains, and there is no imminent threat of disaster from wildfire. Yes? That's your motion?
Second.
Still got a second?
Yep.
All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed to that? Motion carries. Item number 11, is this one that you want to?
No action, it's the same thing as 12, basically.
Okay, item number 11, Commissioner List, you take no action on 11. And then item number 12, discuss, approve, disapprove extending contracts with Thornton Tomasetti and ECS Southwest for repair design services and continued monitoring services for groundwater. Thornton Tomasetti has prepared its Phase 3 repair design and site inspection proposal for additional design and engineering services to facilitate repairs to the building for the total authorized expenditure of $141,512 at the present time, with an additional $35,000 authorized expenditure expenses. ECS Southwest seeks an additional $32,600 for monitoring existing piezometer in accordance with Thornton Tomasetti recommendations for Phase 3 proposal. Jeff Chapman, outside counsel, Commissioner Benny Lissy, Commissioner Shelby Dubnik. Commissioner Lissy.
But we spoke to our county attorney yesterday, and she found some questions about.
You can't.
We spoke to our county, is it on? Commissioner Rosales and I spoke to our county attorney yesterday, and she went over the contract with Tomasetti, and she has some questions about it, so I think we want to table that. But the ECS authorization, you have anything on that? Yes. So we can table the Thomas City, but we could go ahead to vote to pay, extend the contract for ECS.
What do we owe them right now? 3,900? Is that what we owe ECS right now, 3,900? I wasn't sure on that one, okay.
I don't see a present power with additional. What do you see about that, Jennifer? They seek additional 32,000.
On this agenda item, me and Commissioner Lissy, we did meet on this, and it was also with the recommendation of our county attorney, Jennifer, that we go ahead and wait on moving on, proceed on this one. There was also some factors in the scope of work that they presented that we think that we could possibly save the county a lot of money on rerouting some of the work. They presented us a certain plan, but we went through there. We went yesterday, Commissioner Lissy and my youngest son Steele, we went out there and shot elevations on all the building. There's a lot of different ways that we could proceed with this job. So this is another reason that I told Commissioner Lissy that we're gonna just back off on this for a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and get together with these people on a one-on-one basis, or maybe through, or if the judge allows it, we could go and meet with these people over there. But there's a lot of reasons why we kind of tabled this. Also, we're stopping it. We're not doing nothing today because it can be rerouted. The water can be rerouted. A lot of things can be done that will save the money a lot, save the county a lot of money than doing it this route. That also plays a factor on waiting on this.
I agree with Commissioner Rosales. James and I talked yesterday, and again this morning about some ideas after he shot elevation yesterday. And I think that we can save the taxpayers a ton of money, by looking at this, a lot closer. So I agree with Commissioner Rosales.
And this ECS contract goes hand in hand with the Thomas City, right?
I mean, it looks like to me that the ECS is just gathering more additional data from the previously drilled holes. It just to kind of get, I guess, a data set that's going to allow us to say how much water's coming in, if I'm reading this right. Which is, it's always good to have more information, but, I mean, depending on what way we go, I mean, it would still be useful if we decided and we're able to do things ourselves to have that information. I mean, I don't, to me, on the ECS deal, but I'm not 100% sure on what the scope of that they're trying to
Yeah,
encompass with that.
yeah, I'm not sure.
City contract, be specific, I'm not an engineer or anything like that, so it wasn't anything like that. Issues with some of the verbiage and some of the provisions in their contract. So that was my issue, but with clarifying ECS, I would just advise to table.
I'll move that we table item number 12.
Okay. Everybody in favor of tabling item number 12?
Yes.
Judge, if we table it, we'll have to put it back on
I
the
agree.
agenda exactly the same way as we did. So if we
I
just
think
do
we need to-
nothing, we just pass it and go on to the next one, so we don't have to come back and put this on there for whatever reason, the way it is.
Then I'll move we take no action.
Okay, no action on item number 12. Item number 13 then is to discuss, approve, disapprove the STEP program policy that will allow the administration of the program that was previously approved on the 28th of May, 2024. Casey is here. Keep Casey's little girl in your prayers as well. She's got the croup that's going around with our little kiddos.
Her birthday.
On her birthday, baby girl.
Good morning, Court. As discussed at the beginning of this month, when we got the approval of the STEP program, it would be advised it would be coming back at the end of this month with the policy that would basically be the rules of the road on how the program itself is administered. So nothing that has been previously approved changes. This is simply just a two-page document that states, again, how the kind of the rules of the road and how it'd be implemented. So talking about eligibility, first of all, and I'm going to read some excerpts from the two-page policy you should have in front of you and have had for a couple of weeks. Employees meeting the definition as defined in the current employee handbook of regular full-time, obviously not elected in parentheses, employees and regular part-time employees are eligible to participate in the STEP program. All other classifications to include seasonal, temporary, variable hour, et cetera, are not eligible to participate in STEP program. Years of service, which again is what the program is based off of, is similar to that of longevity, which states, quote, similar to longevity program for the purposes of the STEP program, years of service to Karnes County must be consecutive and without a break in service, i.e. resignation, retirement, et cetera. If a break in service occurs, the years of service will reset upon rehire to Karnes County. All consecutive years of service, whether full-time or part-time, will be credited to the eligible employee in the STEP program. Starting wage, there's 3 bullet points there. I'll highlight each. So new employees coming in, as stated in the previous presentations, will be brought in at the entry level starting pay rate for that position. We did have a clause, and this, let me recap and say this policy was circulated amongst the salary committee and discussed twice, and there's been no additional feedback from the committee itself. So we talked about these 2 bullet points that I'm going to speak to previously in our committee meetings. Going back to that, elected officials or department heads may hire an employee in a supervisory position over the minimum starting pay rate with Commissioners Court approval, provided the department budget does not require a budget increase to accommodate it. We felt that it was appropriate to put that in writing because that process has been in effect in Karnes County for a period of at least as long as I've been here. Over time, people promote within positions, and generally speaking, as long as the department budget accommodates that, they still have to come to Commissioner's Court for that approval. So that clause is basically what that states. All employees eligible to participate in the STEP program will advance into the next step upon achieving their required years of service. Again, the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, and so on. The step changes will take effect the first payroll of the month during that employee's anniversary month. So if their employee's anniversary date, let's say, is October the 1st, but payroll is on October the 6th, the date of change will be October the 6th. And vice versa, if the employee's anniversary date, let's say, is October the 15th, and a payroll is on October the 7th, that changed because their anniversary month is October, they will take the first payroll of that month to implement the new step. Transfers or promotion, again, from department to department or from internal departments or from department to departments, elected heads, elected officials or department heads can allow an employee to make a transfer and they will retain their years of service. So as long as there's not a break in service, as stated previously, if an employee, let's say, goes from the tax office into the auditor's office or the tax office to the treasurer's office or whatever combination, they will use that new position's pay rate. Let's say if they're going to the treasurer's office, they'll take that new position of, let's say, payroll clerk, and then apply their completed years of service that they've already had in the tax office and fall them into the step for that position's pay rate. Wage freezes and adjustment. This was conversation that I know that we had in the presentation. So again, the court having discretion over this program. So I'll read this verbatim. Karnes County is an at-will employer and is able to set, change the conditions of employment, including pay, hours, duties, benefits, et cetera, as deemed necessary and appropriate with approval of Commissioner's Court. As with other pay, incentives, and benefits, the STEP program is subject to change, pause, or cease as deemed necessary and appropriate with approval of Commissioner's Court. Furthermore, is dependent upon the successful passage of the fiscal year budget. And then just the miscellaneous section, all other matters not addressed in this policy, we brought to the salary committee for consideration and subsequently approved by Commissioner's Court. And then performance and efficiency audits may be utilized to determine future compensation and employee needs. And then page 3 was just an addendum or attachment, which is by position, every position that's eligible for the STEP program and their associated steps and hourly pay rates. So again, 2-part equation. This was the final step to just make sure that there was quite literally black and white rules to administer the program. Happy to entertain any questions.
we didn't want to get real long-winded with this, just be short, sweet, to the point, address every concern, and at the end of the day, you leave it up to the court.
Correct.
Judge Casey, Commissioners, since we vote, may I, Judge?
Yes,
Since we voted on this, I've got quite a few calls on concerns about the amounts of monies that are coming out, not about the STEP program, but the amount of monies that are coming out before backing it up. And I kind of sat down with a few people and I kind of explained the way I looked at it. And I said, well, we have good employees. We want to keep good employees. And I explained to some folks that as they go retiring, as they go dropping off, it goes back to normal. And the
Correct.
people are going to be hired at the normal salary.
Correct.
I also explained to them that the way I personally was looking at it was on a business point of view, on a business head looking at it, it's 1 point X amount of millions, I don't remember the exact thing that it's gonna cost per year.
1.32, yes, sir.
But as people are dropping off, that goes cutting down.
Yes, sir.
So, and it looks good, and then we keep a great 20-year plan for the county. We don't have to come back trying to give cost of living raises or anything. We already have a plan that's set by this Commissioner's Court and hopefully not ever broken up from another one during those 20 years. But the way I looked at it as with the business head was in fiscal year 2023, we got $3.8 million and some change on interest off of the monies that we have in the county. And fiscal year 2024, we have 3.2 million, and an estimated for fiscal year 24 was 4.5 million. That's an estimated value. So it is, we could get it from there, basically out of there, and it's not directly from tax dollars. Everything is tax dollars, but this isn't directly from tax dollars. It's off the interest that our great Tom Dubnik invests all the money and all that, and we're able to get this amount of money. So as time goes by, it's not coming directly out of tax dollars. Now, if for some reason the taxable value goes down, I'm not here to raise people's taxes because we did this. We have a general fund that I know nobody likes to take money out of, but I would rather take money out of there to match what we have to and wait to see if our taxable value raises the next year to get back to this. But I do think it's a great plan for the county. It's a 20-year plan, so I do appreciate all y'all's hard work. And just wanted to give that explanation because a few people asked me to explain that because a lot of people don't understand what we did. And of course, pulling it out from this, in my mind, out of here is not, I'm just saying that for me. That's the way I looked at it. It's not directly from tax dollars. It's what Tom Dubnik gets us and the interest that we get for the dollars that we already have, that we generate.
Absolutely.
I hope that's a good explanation.
Thank you, Commissioner.
And I'll make the motion to approve item number 13 as presented.
Could I say something?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
I approve of the cost of living rate. I don't have anything against a STEP program. I don't approve of the 1.2 million ramp up. I think it might come back to haunt us, but that's just from the input I've had and been given. And kind of feel like we should have had an outside company or firm to come in and create a STEP program and give us some options. And without a ramp up, without having to cough up the $1.3 million to start it up. That's it.
okay, Commissioner Rosales.
Motion's on the table still.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Motion carries. Anybody opposed? Commissioner Lissy is opposed. Casey, thank you for the presentation, and thank you to the Salary Committee and all those that sat in. We spent lots of time and lots of effort, and feel like this is the correct thing to do for the county in the long run, so very good.
Thank you.
Item number 14 is to discuss, approve, disapprove, establishing a salary grievance committee pursuant to Local Government Code 152.014 and termination of the composition of the Salary Grievance Committee. We can either have, there's two ways of doing it. We can pull from grand jury, or we can establish it with the elected officials, and I'm open to however y'all would like to establish that. I don't foresee a salary grievance coming.
How did we do it last year? Was it the grand
Last year
jury?
we did grand jury, I think, right, Denise?
I think we'll do the grand jury again. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that a motion, Commissioner?
Yeah, I'll move that we approve establishing salary grievance committee pursuant to local government code 152.014, with the composition of the salary committee be the grand jury.
Second that.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed to that? Motion carries. Item number 15, discuss, approve, disapprove, selection of members from the Salary Grievance Committee, public members, alternate members, and/or elected officials pursuant to the local government code 152.015. Did we bring the list of the grand jury to select those? With grand jury, I don't guess we have to select the list. It'll just be the top 10 that you pull, right? Okay. You have a motion to do that.
I'll move that we approve the selection of members of the salary grievance committee. The grand jury members and/or elected officials pursuant to
It will just be the grand
grand
jury
jury
members.
pursuant to local government code 152.1015.
Second?
Okay, got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. Item number 16, we've got our consent agenda that consists of reports from our county clerk, our district clerk, our EMS, Constable Precinct 4, and our DMV. Anybody wants to have any discussions on any of those, we can pull those. We can do that on item number 17. Otherwise, we will move all in one motion.
I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda.
One second.
Okay, got a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed to it? Motion carries. Item number 17, anybody want to pull any of the reports? If no, we will move to item number 18 with updates from our commissioners. Precinct 1, Commissioner Dupnick, like I said, keeping him in your prayers. He did have a fall and it's on his bad knee, and here Commissioner, I don't know if Commissioner Lissy said it or not, but he is in the hospital up in San Antonio, so keep him in your prayers. Commissioner Precinct 2, Commissioner Lissy.
First, I'd like to thank all of our county employees, and County Road 228 is ready to be paved soon as weather permits, and hope everyone has a safe 4th of July holiday.
Okay, Commissioner Rosales, Precinct 3.
Good morning. County Road 249 paved, County Road 290 working on the big crossing culverts, and still working on with the landowners. Met with the engineer regarding upcoming projects. Also, the auditor's building with this big rain that we had was leaking. So I went over there and did an evaluation of all the inside. It seems that it's leaking on the bottom. While when I left, I know that Renee also did an evaluation. He called Caesar, and Caesar came by there and took a look at it. Now, my evaluation was the brick on the bottom is leaking where the mortar contacts the foundation of it. I stuck a razor blade in there. I got water out of there, so I got some high pressured air and blew it through there, and it kicked back out. So I explained to Caesar that that was my belief on there. He said he wasn't 100% sure on it, but that he, by the way, I explained to him and told him what I did and all that, he agreed that that would be a good way, Judge, to go ahead and take care of it first. So what I did was I asked Caesar to give us a bid on pressure washing all the exterior walls just to make sure that, I know the building just got remodeled, but it's been a few months, so make sure there's not any debris of mold or fungus or anything on there. So he's gonna pressure wash, if he's awarded this, he's gonna pressure wash everything. He's gonna put a coat of masonry penetrating sealer, and he's gonna remove about ½ an inch to maybe 3/4 of an inch of the bottom mortar that connects to the foundation of it. And I told him to go with MP1 and seal that. The reason I recommended MP1, because that's more flexible, so if the building shifts, Judge, it'll be able to seal it. It's a good bid, so I believe that I'm going to talk with the judge and the commissioners about it. Well, and we allow him to do that. Hopefully that solves the problem, Judge. If not, we'll get into the foundation, under the foundation of it. But I have been working on that one right there. Again, on the auditor's building, I went ahead and went with my heavy equipment over there, and I did landscaping on the building for the county there, because after we did the concrete work, it was kind of all offset, Judge. So I went up there and I did the landscaping around that building as good as possible. And also, we have a lot of moisture inside the building from the leak from the last few days. So I asked the judge, with his permission, if I could take in a commercial dehumidifier from my company, and I did. I put it in there yesterday, and it's built to go ahead and take out all the moisture. Me and Renee are going to be watching it every 12 hours. He was very generous this morning and took care of it. He purged the machine, washed it all out. Over the weekend, me and him are going to be doing 12-hour shifts on that machine to make sure that our new building there that we redid doesn't have any moisture and we could get mold in it. So we will be watching the dehumidifier very closely all weekend long, me and Renee. Thank you, Renee. And also, I spent quite about 3 days, the better part of 3 days on the annex on the square to find out what's going on with the proposed project that they said. That's all I have.
Thank you. Commissioner Geisler, Precinct 4.
So, County Roads 311 through 314, that'd be 311, 312, 313, 314 are gonna fix the going under construction. I do believe County Road 344 is also, in that arena. I fielded quite a few calls from constituents concerning growth on right-of-ways, and so been working with Road and Bridges on that. Met with a constituent, a couple of days ago on a pretty sharp 90-degree curve that can cause a lot of problems there, and potential pretty dangerous situation, and visited with the Road and Bridge engineer, got the contact information for property owners so that we can go in and hopefully try to thin out some of the foliage there so that folks can see going around that curve. I also did a walkthrough with the engineers and committee for the courthouse, and try to get a starting point on the process to maybe possibly repair some of the defects here. Other than that, Judge, that's all I have.
Thank you. Item number 19, discuss slash acknowledgement of personnel changes. This is all departments. Back here in the back. Okay, new hires. We have Road and Bridge Maintenance Tech 1. We got hired, a personnel change in the tax office. We moved one from a part-time to a full-time deputy clerk. That's good. No resignations or terminations and no retirements. We are currently hiring for Road and Bridge Maintenance Tech 1. There's one position available there. EMS is looking for a full-time paramedic still, Casey? Yes. Part-time tax office deputy clerk is open now. We did get a veteran service officer hired. I am very excited about who we've got selected. He is going to be a wonderful benefit to the county. Karnes Wilson Juvenile Probation Department, still looking for a case manager and a ropes facilitator. And Sheriff's Department, maintenance potentially could be filled. Sheriff's patrol deputies, how many are we looking for? Six. If you want to be a SO, come apply. And courthouse security, and we still are looking into that, so. Other than that, we will move to item number 20 and the payment of the bills.
Okay, Court, I do want to thank Commissioner Rosales for coming out Saturday with his crew to get our building all kind of straightened out on the landscape. And okay, so the total bills are $1,774,760.68, which the general fund is $253,758.93. The big ticket items for the general fund is we had to pay our property insurance today. It's $105,600. 11, appraisal district, we paid the third quarter that we pay them is $59,853. And road and bridge, their total bills for today is $1,510,488.22, in which we had to pay property insurance of theirs of $12,663, and then the third quarter appraisal district of $9,700.
Yeah, Road and Bridge was good. A lot of local capital projects that hit this month. Is a lot of that CTIF wrapping up? Okay. Yeah, yeah, got to get those done pretty quick. But yeah, I looked at that, I saw Road and Bridge, and I was like, good grief, a lot.
They're putting out a lot of work.
I'll make the motion to approve paying of the bills as presented.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Anybody opposed to paying the bills? Item number 21, acknowledge that Commissioners Court will meet on July 9th, 2024, 9 o'clock in the morning over at the multipurpose room located at 210 West Calvert, Suite 150, Karnes City, Texas, 78118. 4th of July hits. Everybody be safe, 4th of July. Have a safe 4th of July. And item number 21, item number 22, we need a motion to adjourn. We can go to work.
Move we adjourn.